Liz, so how long have we been working together?
We have been working together since May of 2021. So a little over 2 years now.
May 2021. And when you signed up in May 2021, what was your dream goal?
My dream goal was just to get to a healthy weight. That was really my main goal was to get to a healthy weight. I had been struggling for years with my weight, up and down frequently. I'd find something that would work for a little bit, wasn't sustainable. I'd gain weight back, and I just wanted something sustainable to have a healthier lifestyle, healthy body weight long term.
What was your body weight back then? Do you remember?
264 was that.
264. What's your body weight today?
Today, I just came off of maintenance. We started a uh, bodybuilding competition, and today I'm at 168.
168. That's almost 100 pounds. And we're gonna lose 100 pounds when we get into the
Yeah.
deeper into the prep. Now, so your initial goal was to get to a healthy weight, but you recently competed in your first physique show. So I'm curious, like, how do you go from, I want to get to a healthy weight to like a bigger and bigger and bigger goal, and then you had this huge goal, which is scary for most people, and getting on stage wearing a bikini with like intrusive lighting, a lot of people watching you. Like, how do you get from I want to get healthy to I want to get on stage and rock a bikini show or a physique show?
Yeah. So really, it was just falling in love with the process, falling in love with lifting weights. That's where it all began. I found a new passion in health and fitness, and that, just diving more into that, you stumble across influencers or others in the industry, and just watching other people do it was so inspiring to me. And my own journey was my own motivation and my own inspiration, which was pretty cool. And it was still pretty scary. I had never in my life been in a bikini in public, let alone on a stage being judged by hundreds of people. It was still pretty scary, but I did it scared. And really, it just all came to finding a passion and falling in love with the process.
And we all know. I mean, doing a prep I think it's one of the toughest things that I've done in my life. I don't know if you feel the same, but how are you able to actually stick to your, because like doing a diet is doing a diet, but doing a prep is like doing a diet times 10, like in my opinion, in level of like difficultness. So how are you able to stick to the low calories, the high activity levels, to while you were working, while you like have your partner at home, while you do all these things, and you still did it? Like what how?
I would say really just my desire to get on that stage was so much more important than anything else that could deviate me from that plan. Just that desire, that strong will and desire to get on that stage kept me focused. And if I wanted an Oreo, it was like, do I want the Oreo or do I really want to get on stage? The Oreo is going to give me 3 seconds of pleasure, whereas getting on that stage is going to create, this whole new lifestyle and intro into that lifestyle. So just finding that importance and that desire, very, very strong desire to get on that stage, overcame everything, every little minute thing.
Yeah, if you want it bad enough, like nothing can really get in the way. That's
Yeah.
so you've done this amazing thing. Like you've lost, I think since you started your fitness journey, you lost over 100 pounds, because you were, before we started working together, you were closer to 300 pounds. Is that accurate? Or like
I was at 264 when I started my fat loss journey, and then whenever I stepped on stage, I was 161.
wow.
Then reverse diet up to 170. Started prep again. I'm at 168.
Let's go. So you've done this amazing thing that a lot of people dream about, and you've gone through the process, you've done the diet, and you've transformed your body. So during this transformation, like what else has changed apart from your body? Where else have you seen an impact of your physical fitness, like in other areas of your life?
Oh, it certainly carries into every aspect of life, into relationships, both personal and professional. It carries over into being disciplined and focused with your career, learning to be patient in your relationships. Discipline that you gain in a bodybuilding prep, that discipline carries over into every single aspect of your life. And then also the joy. I found significant joy in the process. I learned what I was capable of, which brought me joy. And that joy carried over into other aspects of my life. So just healthier relationships and healthier work-life balance, learning that I don't live to work, I work to live, and setting those boundaries and having those priorities aside from work, finding a livelihood outside of a career.
Yeah, I heard, there's a guy that I really like. His name is Jim Rohn. He has a quote that I love, which is working yourself harder than you work at your job. And sounds like you've been doing that for the past. Do you have like some specific things that you like can talk about that have improved, maybe in like relationships, maybe in work, maybe in another area of your life? Like since I did this got better this way.
Well, I'll give an example. I met these people through Jacked Vegans, and I knew that we were forming friendships and relationships, and to see the community and a handful of people in particular show up in person, travel away from their families and their jobs, to come support me was such an eye-opener of just how strong the community was and how much support I had. I never questioned how much support, but for people to uproot their lives to come and support me in person. So that would just really open my eyes to how supported and loved I am. And then from a career perspective, I would say prior to Jacked Vegans, my livelihood was my work, and that's why I got to blame my career. I made choices prioritizing my career over other things. They were all my choices, and that is why I got into the poor shape that I was in. And by having a healthier body and a healthier mindset, because of Jacked Vegans and the process of going through a bodybuilding prep, I'm a much healthier employee for my company because I set those boundaries, because I have that balance. I'm able to bring a better person to my client relationships with my career. I'm more focused and disciplined when it comes to, we have like end of quarter tasks and things. I'm not waiting until the last minute to get those tasks done, and prioritizing time leading up to that deadline to get those things done. So I'm not craving them at the end of the week. Similar to like you have assigned 150 minutes of cardio. You're not waiting until Sunday to do those 150 minutes of cardio. You're breaking it up throughout the week, and just carrying those practices of prioritizing and balancing into my career makes me a better employee. It brings down my stress levels, which is also important. Carries back over into bodybuilding, having lower stress levels at work. You're not carrying that cortisol, and your composition isn't affected by that as much. And I'm more focused to get my training done. All through prep, I did my training after a full day of work every single time. So that's incredible. Bringing those things from bodybuilding into my career, those impacts positively impacting my bodybuilding as well.
100%. And it's like impossible to separate. Like once you like do a show, you cannot do it without structure. You cannot do it without a set schedule. You cannot freaking do it. And it's impossible to not have that structure and organization carry into everything else because you're like in that mindset, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess you mentioned a couple of things that I'm curious about. One of the, a lot of people and that sign up with us, they come because they want to transform their bodies, but they don't expect the mindset aspect of the program. So what has your experience been when it comes to mindset? Because a lot of people have also a hard time understanding, like, what is mindset? What does that mean? I just want nutrition and training, but how does mindset relate to this journey and this transformation for you?
For me, probably my biggest mindset shift was that I'm worthy and deserving of having everything I want and desire. And that comes from self-love, and so much focus on discussions with Eileen and group calls is around self-love and self-worth. And until And I know that is why I've been so successful on the second year and a half of Jacked Vegans. Spent the first half of the first year really honing in on that mindset and learning to love myself where I am, but still expect more of myself, of things that I'm worthy of. So that has been my biggest mindset shift in why I have been so tremendously successful in this program. I take it very seriously, more focused on the mindset. Of course, I do my check boxes every day, right? And I enjoy it. But I think more effort was put into the mindset shift, which directly impacted my success.
Yeah, once your mindset is on point, then it's not an effort. Like it's like a no-brainer to do the things that you don't have to go through any battles. Like, yeah, like I want this, I gotta do this. Let's just freaking do it. Like this is what I need to serve this. And you said a really important word with it, which is I started feeling worthy of everything I wanted. And again, another guy that I follow, he says you cannot accomplish anything until you feel worthy of having that thing. So
that was the paramount shift in my progress once I realized that I am worthy of having everything I want.
100%. I'm so freaking proud of you. I'm so grateful that that you allowed us to be part of your journey. So another question, or another thing that I would like for you to elaborate a little bit more, is the community. You said the community, you have people that travel to see you. And again, it's like a thing that a lot of people do not expect, right? They come for the nutrition, the training, but then they get into this group with like 300 other individuals from all over the world. How, like for you, how has been being part of the community, like how has that impacted the journey?
Well, while I was still working on believing in myself and my abilities, having those people around me that believed in me even before I believed in myself was such a motivator and an inspiration. I had significant doubts, actually going into competition, a lot of fear and doubt. And while I was sitting in fear and doubt, I had all of this community around me believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. And, not wanting to not let myself down. This was a commitment I made to myself, a promise I made to myself. It was a commitment that I also made to people I love and my friends, and I didn't want to let them down either. So just having that incredible, almost overwhelming support around me just truly lifted me up and pulled me out of any feelings of fear and doubt. And I've made lifelong friendships in the program. We have a little friend group that ever clicky or anything, but just people that your energies vibe with and you really make a connection with. And I am truly grateful for the friendships that I've formed in the community.
That's freaking amazing. Yeah, the community, I'm so grateful for the community. Like, I don't even know how it happened. I was like, wow, now we have this living thing that it is incredible. How do we come? I don't even know, but it's amazing. So thank you for being a part.
And we all come there for the same thing. And so we immediately already have something in common, right? We're vegan, most of us for the animals. And I think that a lot of us don't have that in our offline, in our offline lives. And so being able to have those connections with like-minded people, we're all on these similar journeys, and it helps to have those connections.
100%. And it helps us like too. When I see you posting every day, I get inspired. When I see everyone commenting, when I see all the recipes that you guys post, I was like, wow, Julian, you got to step up your food game. Your meals are corny. So I was like, no way. All right. So, well, the person that's watching this are probably considering the program. Maybe they're a little bit scared of like investing. Maybe they're not sure. So if you had to, tell that person something that's watching this video, what would you want to tell them?
I've said it before and I'll say it over and over again. Invest in yourself, invest in your future, invest in a much healthier lifestyle because you're worth it.
You're worth it. Love that. Liz, thank you so much for coming on and telling your story. It is so freaking inspiring that I cannot use words to describe it. So thank you. Is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. Thank you so much, Liz. And I'm so excited to see you rock the next show. And I know Eileen is too.